Hey guys, I'm Sandy Studios. If you're not familiar with me, I do mostly educational or introductory style content towards the topic of dry herb vaping. If that's something that interests you, follow me for... Today we're looking at the Planet of the Vapes Lobo, which is available from the Planet of the Vapes for $59.95. I've been testing this thing for about a month now, and it's quickly become one of my favorite devices. It's made out of metal. It's like an anodized aluminum. It's very nice. It has removable batteries, swappable stems. You also have dosing pods. The chamber holds 0.2 grams of flower, but the dosing pods only hold 0.1. So you can have some different varieties of that flower. You can swap those out. It also has swappable batteries on the bottom. You can swap out the batteries for quick charging. It's powered by USB-C, so that's great. It's nothing proprietary, so that's fantastic for a lot of people. It's very pocketable. It's quickly become one of my favorite devices, and I'm very excited to tell you guys more about it. Here's how the Lobo works. Inside the chamber is a dosing capsule. You don't need to use this, but you can. It can hold 0.1 grams, or the chamber itself can hold 0.2 of flower. Now, the mouthpiece fits on very nicely. It's held snug with a magnet. The chamber is typically very clean. It holds in nice. To turn on the device, you want to triple tap the power button. This will give you a quick vibration to let you know it's turning on. To adjust the temperature, you're going to want to mess with the two buttons closest to the bottom. An additional option is to dim the display by holding the power button and the down button. This will cause the display to dim for a stealth mode, which I will demonstrate here. It's somewhat useful, but I've never really used it. Now, to enter settings, similarly, you're going to want to hold the top button and the power button for a few seconds, which will let you adjust in the settings. This is about everything that goes into operating the device. So, yeah. Now, the default stem is this tiny little one, which is fine, but if you're doing big or really hot or hotter temperatures, you're most likely going to want a different mouthpiece. That is where the glass stems come into play. Now, there are a variety of glass stems. My favorite is probably this water piece attachment. To remove the glass stems, you can do a little twist and pull out motion. This is probably my favorite. This is a water piece attachment. It lets you attach it to a bubbler or to a bong. This is probably my favorite one. This one is called the Globe. It includes a globe hollow chamber at the beginning, which lets the vapor expand rapidly, which really cools it down. I know these pieces seem very similar, but the differences between these two are massive, I will say. If you know you're going to get into hotter temperatures, you want to do big draws, I would 1000% pick up a stem with yours. This thing is called the Gordito. It's pretty new. It is a mini water bubbler to go on top. I think the biggest plus to this is I think this is probably the smallest size you can do that's going to give you as cool as a hit as the Gordito will give you. That said, I've talked to some people that don't know how to fill it up properly, and even if you do, it can be a pain to clean. And I normally just like to use my standard water pieces anyways. That said, this thing is fantastic and well designed. Those are the kind of glass stems you have, and those are your options. I would say the Globe is probably my recommendation, and the water piece adapter is a must-have, I would say. Those are my recommendations. Moving on. I think we cached it. So I think it's finished. Now, how do you know when the herb is finished? If you're unfamiliar with dry herb vaporizers, you know it's finished when it starts tasting like burnt popcorn or when you're not getting any more vapor. That doesn't always mean it's done, but if there's no more vapor, usually that means there's nothing left. Lobo is honestly, I think, for the price, I think it's the best vaporizer out there. I'll say that. For the price, I think it is the best low-cost dry herb vape. It is very comfortable to hold. I will say that. It's so comfortable to hold that I always find myself grabbing it. It's that good. I'm just always reaching for it. It's nice. It does get very warm though. It's very pocketable. That's good, but it does get very hot. But because of the size, that should be fairly obvious. Swappable battery is good for longevity. However, because of the size, the battery does not last super long. Based off of Planet of the Vapes themselves, I believe they tested it around 40 minutes per charge of usage, which is pretty dang good. That's like 10 sessions, 10 4-minute sessions per charge. That's pretty okay. That's plenty of time to use it. Fantastic. It's clear it was designed with intention and with, experience and with a little bit of love. You can tell it was a big improvement to the one, the vaporizer that they did before, which is called the one. You can tell they made a lot of improvements. So the replaceable batteries, the USB-C charging, the soft texture right here. They added a soft textured material right here, so when you're unhooking it, it's nice. The dosing pods. I mean, just the stimming system. It's clear it was just designed with, it has a purpose. It's fantastic. If you're thinking about picking this up, I would say do so. It's a very safe bet for a lot of people. I think it's just something that it's pretty low cost. It's something that works. It's easy to use, and I think they have a 100-day satisfaction guarantee on this. So you have 100 days to, if you don't like it and you decide something's wrong with it or you don't like it, you take it back and get your money back. Guaranteed, apparently. So that makes this a really safe bet, I think, for a lot of people. And because of that, I would highly recommend this vape for a lot of starting people. It's just a very safe pick, and they use great materials. Is the air path fully isolated? They claim it is 100%, isolated air path, which means the air is not exposed to any electronics or anything like that. So when you're inhaling, what you're inhaling isn't, there's no mixture of electronics or air, which can be a concern for some people. Some people do care about that. That's what they claim. I've seen breakdowns of it. That seems to be mostly true. I haven't torn mine apart, but per their claims, it is 100% isolated air path. You see how it rips, and yeah. If you pick this thing up, if you like how it is, yeah, make sure to let me know and leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more.